there was this little boy, and his mom brought him to me, and she said, my son can't read. Now, her son was in the 2nd grade. She had him in public school, and then she put him in private school, and he still wasn't able to read. And she told me that she went into his room one night, and he was praying, and he said, God, would I ever learn to read? And it broke her heart. And she brought him to me, and in 3 weeks, I had him reading. So when his dad picked up, I told him, I said, we're gonna surprise your dad today. And he was so excited. Oh my goodness. So he walked up to his dad when he came to pick him up, and he pulled the book from behind his back, and he read the book to his dad, and his dad dropped down to his knees and started crying right there in the center.
You want to start out heavy so that way the child can run well, you know, because sometimes if you start out slow, they might end up lagging, and then you got to put a lot of resources in to try to get them to move ahead. So if you start, and that, I guess that's the phrase, early learning, you want to implement those things in the beginning so that way they're not a failure in the end.
4 plus 2 equal how much?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Equal how much?
6.
Very good. All right. It's always been a passion of mine to work with younger children. And I live in Accokeek, and there was no centers in Accokeek. So I had small children when I first moved to Accokeek, and my interest was in a center for my children, but I had to take them across the bridge to Virginia to a center that I felt was capable of giving them what they really needed. So I decided to open up a center in Accokeek.
I am a teacher, and I had previously in college worked at a, I guess you would say, name brand daycare. I knew I wanted something more intimate, more family friendly, more nurturing than what I've experienced in my past. So when I went to Littlefoot, I found all those qualities in Littlefoot.
93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100.
We actually had our son in another child care provider, and were not satisfied with the level of attention and academic enrichment that he was receiving even at 14 months old. And that made us search for another alternative. And during that search, we came upon Littlefoot, and I had a conversation with Ms. Robinson over the phone, and I could tell just from my conversation with her over the phone that she had a love for children, and that Littlefoot was her baby, and that she was very proud of the academics that she was providing to the children in their early development years. And that made my husband and I very interested in coming to see what Littlefoot had to offer. We were interviewed as parents, although we didn't realize at the time that we were actually being interviewed to determine if we and our child were actually a good fit. But we felt very encouraged by that interview and what we saw that Littlefoot was doing and how the children here were excelling.
Can you point the triangle, square, rectangle, circle?
We specialize in early academics, and it's a structured program. I don't know of any other structured program for children at the age from 6 weeks to 5 years old in the state of Maryland. And the curriculum here starts as in infancy. They do a circle time with all the babies, and they teach them their shapes, their colors, their numbers, their letters. The kids are counting, they're identifying their letters. By the time they come into the second 2-year-old room.
Hi, my name is Jordan.
They are spelling their names, months of the year, days of the week. We are introducing sign language as an infant. So by the time they come into the 2-year-old classroom, they're doing all the letters of the alphabet in sign language. Months of the year, days of the week, working on fine motor skills, and yes, they are able to do it and enjoy doing it. So what have you learned at Littlefoot?
And my numbers in sign language, my numbers in Spanish, and my numbers in two.
Counting by twos?
Yeah, and count by fives and count by tens. I am Thomas. I am 5 years old.
Littlefoot's second to none. I mean, I see it I have a 3-year-old and a 1.5-year-old here now, and my 3-year-old has gone by leaps and bounds. He was a typical 2-year-old throwing tantrums and all over the place, but now he's able to sit and focus and listen. He's doing math, and my 1.5-year-old is counting. He can count to 20 with help, which is amazing. And they're eager and they love to learn, and I can't say enough about that, and I'm so excited for them and so thankful to Littlefoot for what they've given us in that.
We have zero regrets, and every day we come back, our daughters come home and basically say, we've learned this and we've done that, and it's just every time I turn around, she comes home with another song, another language, another saying. She's counting all over the place in 2 languages or 3. It's just it's fantastic that she comes up with numbers. She comes up with a vocabulary that's astounding for somebody who's 2.5, and she has all kinds of social mores that she's coming home. She watches out for her little sister, and she's always making sure that she asks instead of yells, and it's telling what she comes home with from here.
The Lion and the Mouse. A lion lay fast asleep. When he awoke, he was hungry. Just then, he saw a little mouse in the grass. In a second, the lion had him fast. "Oh, please don't hunt me," cried. "Hi, my name is Lena and I'm 5 years old."
The students who come here early, I found, and that I'm finding with my own niece, are extremely prepared for school, for quote unquote real school. I noticed that my niece is ahead. The friends that she has made, the social skills, people are very impressed when they hear her talk. They always ask me, "Well, how old is this little girl?" And when I tell them her age, they're very shocked. I just think that having this early foundation really prepares our children for what's out there.
The community in Accokeek is awesome. We have the Accokeek Academy School, the elementary school, that a lot of Littlefoot students filter into their magnet and tag program. They specialize in math and science, and so a lot of these kids are able to move right into the tag program. And when they leave Littlefoot, most of the students are advanced students. They usually skip a grade, sometimes 2. They score high on the WIS test, and they do very well. But it's also a partnership. Education at Littlefoot is a partnership between the parent and myself, and the teachers at Littlefoot as well. And I teach the parents as well. I teach the parents how to teach the children. You take an old calendar, an outdated calendar, and it's an excellent teaching tool. It has the numbers on it for identifying numbers, for counting. It has the days of the week on it, and it has the month. Then you get to the point that you can play games. Well, what month comes after February? What month comes before February? So you're teaching before and after. And then you can play learning how to read a bar graph. Okay, so what day is the 24th on? So what do they have to do? They have to go over to 24 and then go up. That's a bar graph. That's teaching a young child how to read a bar graph. This is an excellent source of teaching, and it's practically free if you get it at the end of the year.
It's a learning center that helps you assist, with childcare. It's not a babysitter.
It's not just a daycare.
So if I wanted a babysitter, then I could have went to any of the other organizations. We didn't want a babysitter. We wanted someone that was really going to bring us, some value and some assistance and
help build our child.
Build our child and grow that foundational knowledge that we really wanted to. So
I have parents that value an education, parents that also are on the same level that I am, that believe that young kids can learn. And they want to give them an opportunity, that learning doesn't start at kindergarten. It starts 4 years before kindergarten. And I think I have the best job in the world. Every day I come in, I get so much unconditional love from all the children. It warms my heart. I mean, nobody else have a job where they have told 10 times a day, I love you. So I wouldn't trade it for the world. I'll probably be here forever because this is the best.